Welcome back to Talk Tickers. You know us, we love to dig into those earnings calls and find those little nuggets that really get the market moving. And today we're talking J&J Snack Foods.
The people behind some true icons, you know. Super Pretzel, ICEE, even Dippin Dots.
The good stuff. They just dropped their Q1 numbers for fiscal year 2025. So we're here to break it all down for you.
And I think what jumps out right away is this kind of contrast they've got going on. Record revenue for the quarter, right? $362.6 million, that's a 4.1% jump. Not too shabby.
Sounds pretty good so far.
But here's the thing, their profitability's taken a hit.
So wait, record sales but less profit.
Huh.
What's the story there?
Well, a couple things. First off, they're not alone. A lot of food companies are dealing with rising input costs, right? And for J&J specifically, they called out chocolate and eggs.
Yeah, can't make a lot of snacks without those.
Exactly.
So higher costs. Did they raise prices, though, to, make up for it?
They did. Some price increases went into effect, but it doesn't look like it was enough to cover those ingredient costs entirely.
Okay. And then there's the whole sales mix thing, too.
Meaning they sold more of some stuff, less of others, and that affects the bottom line.
You got it. They mentioned losing some of their seasonal bakery business. That was high margin. And over in food service, churro sales were down this quarter.
Makes sense. So it's not just how much they sell, it's what they sell. Okay, let's break it down by segment then. Starting with food service. What do we see there?
Food service actually did all right. Sales up 4.5%. A couple things driving that. Convenience store pretzel sales are bouncing back, which is good. And then frozen novelties, especially those Dippin Dots, doing really well.
People love those Dippin Dots.
They do.
All right, but you said churros were down, right? What happened there?
Looks like they had a really successful limited time offer last year with a restaurant chain, so they're kind of up against that now. Tough comparison.
Ah, the year-over-year trap.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, what about retail then? What's the story there? Retail had a bit slower growth, 2.2%. Frozen novelties were the stars again, though. LUIGIs and Dogsters doing particularly well. But soft pretzel sales in retail actually dipped.
What? Did people just stop liking soft pretzels?
Nah, sounds like more of a technical thing. Ordering system issue with one of their big customers. They think it's temporary, though.
All right, fingers crossed. Last but not least, frozen beverages. That's mainly their ICE business, right? How'd they do?
Frozen beverages crushed it. Record quarter for them. Movie theaters coming back strong post-pandemic. That's helped a lot. ICEE is a movie staple, right?
For sure, but I feel like we heard something about currency stuff affecting them.
Yeah, that's right. The Mexican peso weakening, that put a little dent in their profitability there.
Shows you, even when sales are booming, there's always something else to watch out for.
Yeah.
So, with all that said, what are they doing, to tackle these challenges? What's their plan for growth?
Well, first off, they're raising prices. More increases across the board in Q2, got to fight those costs somehow. Then they're doubling down on theaters. Big push for Dippin Dots in more locations. They're even launching Dippin Dots Sundays for retail.
Sundays.
Yeah.
That's smart. Getting those moviegoers, A&D, the grocery shoppers. What else?
Efficiency is a big focus. Streamlining the supply chain using regional distribution centers should help cut down those transportation costs.
Got to make the machine run smoothly, right? All right, and what about capital allocation? Anything interesting there?
Yeah, they announced a $50 million stock buyback authorization. That's a sign they're confident about the future, plus gives them flexibility. They also mentioned still being on the lookout for M&A opportunities.
So not just sitting on their cash, they're looking to grow.
Exactly. Definitely seems like they're not just, resting on their laurels. Got to keep moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. Multi-pronged approach.
Yeah.
But what do you think? What's the biggest growth driver for them going forward?
I gotta say, it's hard to ignore the whole theater thing. And frozen novelties. It's smart, though. People want to get out, have those experiences again. And movies, well, what goes better with a movie than an ICEE or some Dippin Dots?
Makes sense. And it's not just the classic stuff either. They've got those Dippin Dots Sundays coming out.
Right.
That's hitting the grocery stores too, not just the theater crowd.
Exactly. Shows they're willing to, try new things, adapt.
Yeah. And then on top of all that, you've got the operational stuff, making the supply chain more efficient, saving on transportation. That all adds up.
Yeah, behind the scenes stuff is important, can make a big difference to their bottom line.
That's for sure. Okay, so big picture, where do you stand on J&J Snack Foods right now?
Bullish, bearish, somewhere in between.
I'd say cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
There's definitely challenges. Those input costs aren't going away overnight, and the sales mix is still shifting around.
Right.
But they've got a plan. They're in good markets, growing markets. and they're not afraid to change things up when they need to. If they can pull it off, this could be a good year for them. We like to hear that.
Yeah.
But as always, reminder to everyone listening, do your own research, make your own decisions.
Couldn't agree more. Don't just take our word for it.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, there's something that kind of struck me as maybe a missed opportunity for them.
Oh, interesting. What is it?
So throughout this whole call, did you hear anything about like at-home entertainment?
Now that you mention it, no, I don't think so. That is interesting.
Right. People are spending more time at home, streaming, doing movie nights. That's got to be a huge market for snacks. And J&J, they're not really talking about it.
I see what you're saying. They could partner with streaming services, maybe, put their stuff in meal kits, even make like special snack packs for movie nights at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Seems like a natural fit for them, right? A way to get to people outside of those, traditional places they sell. Imagine Dippin Dots partnered with a big streaming show. Or you order your dinner, and boom, super pretzel kits right there with it.
It definitely set them apart. And grab a piece of that home snack market, which is only getting bigger. Something to think about for sure. Be interesting to see if they go that route.
Speaking of trying new things, you ready for a round of This Is Not Financial Advice?
Oh boy, here we go. Hit me with it. What's the trade idea?
All right, buckle up. What if we short popcorn futures and go long on chocolate?
Short popcorn. Whoa. Okay, I'm listening. Why?
So hear me out. J&J's going all in on Dippin Dots in theaters, right? What if, and I know this is a big what if, but what if they actually change how people snack at the movies?
You're saying Dippin' Dots takes over popcorn, the ultimate snack showdown.
You got it. Maybe those little frozen dots become so popular popcorn gets dethroned. And then you factor in chocolate prices, they're already sky high. If J&J locks in some good contracts, they could be sitting pretty.
Okay, gotta admit, that's some creative thinking. But let's be clear, everyone, this is just us speculating, not financial advice.
Exactly. Just having a little fun, thinking outside the box.
And who knows, maybe it'll get people thinking. You never know where the next big idea will come from.
Yeah, got to keep those creative juices flowing.
For sure.
All right, well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap things up. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into J&J Snack Foods. Hope you learned a thing or two.
Yeah, always fun to dig into these calls, see what's really happening.
Absolutely. And hey, maybe you even got a little snack craving along the way.
Who knows, maybe you did.
All right, until next time, everyone, happy investing. And remember, the best investments, they're the ones that, they leave you feeling good, satisfied, like you want more.
Couldn't have said it better myself.